Okay, I really like the ending of this song. It's like a guy treating himself much worse than he needs to, almost as like a penance to kind of speak to this woman, and it's the exact thing that she doesn't want him to do. Fascinating. Yeah, it's like the first thing you do is self-criticize, self-blame, put yourself down. That's the last thing I want you to do. It's almost like a child's kind of repetitive thinking, you know, it's like, I'll ruin it, I'm a ruiner. It's self-immolation. And I think a lot of people will learn this habit. They'll be like, oh, what I'll do is I'll just blame myself for everything, and then I'll offer that to other people, and that will ingratiate me to them, and they'll like me better. But what it ends up doing is just being really difficult to watch somebody kind of, especially if you're in love with somebody and they treat themselves badly. You're watching them treat somebody you love badly. When other people see you do it, they do love you. They actually do love you. They don't secretly despise you like the horrible voice inside the head does. So when you insult yourself, when you put yourself down, you say, I'm a ruiner, I'm a ruiner, I'm a ruiner, that's really hard to watch. And you don't want to watch that just objectively as the person who loves that person. My friend. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Right at the top here, I want to address the rumors, okay? Because the rumor mill has been spinning. I mean, mills don't spin, so that's not a good metaphor. The rumor mill has been churning out rumor millet about Taylor Swift. The rumors are out there. She's dating a slightly older, brown-haired, very attractive singer-songwriter. I understand people thinking it's me. I understand people have been asking me a lot, is it you, is it you, is it you? Guys, it's not me, okay? Taylor Swift and I are just dear close friends from many years ago. I don't know why I'm listing things here. There's nothing more than just a casual, friendly relationship. Okay, enough fun. But yeah, right at the top, I wanted to address the rumors or whatever that Taylor Swift is dating Matty Healy of the 1975. I understand people have issues with it. What I will say very basically is some people are saying, oh, well, this is a really quick relationship after her 6-year relationship. You know, she just got into it after a 6-year relationship ends. I don't know, guys. Look, you want your musicians and your musical icons to be kind of impulsive people. You just want them to be who they are, right? Sometimes you're in a really long relationship and it's a really important relationship, and you start fighting, and there's not enough times in between fights that kind of heal the fights. You're really important to each other, and you need each other to kind of be certain people for each other, and you're building your lives together and all that stuff, and you're trudging through this thing, and there's not so much joy left in it. A really fun relationship that's really simple, and that's what I kind of gathered from the 1975 thing, is like, he's just kind of fun and simple, and like, he's not as complicated maybe. We'll see. Anyway, but today we are here to talk about the ALCOTT by The National featuring Taylor Swift. The ALCOTT sounds like a hotel. It sounds kind of fancy. Oh, where are you guys staying when you come into town? Oh, we always stay at the ALCOTT. All right, guys, so let's listen to the ALCOTT by The National featuring the Taylor Swift. And also, don't forget to subscribe. All right.
Get myself twisted in threads to meet you at the ALCOTT. I go to the corner in the back where you'd always be, and there you are sitting as usual with your golden notebook, writing something about someone who used to be me. And the last thing you wanted is the first thing I do. I tell you my problems. You tell me the truth. It's the last thing you wanted. It's the first thing I do. I tell you that I think I'm falling back in love with you.
All right. Interesting vibe. So we've heard Matt Berninger and Taylor Swift duet before, and their sounds, their vocal sounds really, really harmonize well together. His vocal's so low and unadorned and kind of gruff, and again almost sounds like he's speaking to you. It's not arrhythmic, but it has so much swing. It just kind of lulls across the chord, and just there's no vibrato, there's no trills, there's no shake or anything like that. And then she just layers her vocal an octave up right on top of it. They just move very, very conscientiously together through that melody, and their voices really stick together. D minor here, D minor, C major, G. You know, that D minor, man, you start off in a D minor, your song is a sad song, even if you got two other major chords in there. It's also done in 6/8 time, which is basically a waltz, and the vocal rhythm of that is actually pretty tricky. I get myself twisted in threads, meet you at ALCOTT. How's it go? I'm sorry. I'll keep this in so people can see how tricky it is to do these seemingly simple songs. I get myself twisted in threads to meet you at the ALCOTT. So simple chords, but a tricky rhythm. They're kind of thudding, but emotional, and it's droning, and it's introspection, and it's thinking, and it's kind of grinding thinking. I get myself twisted in threads to meet you at the ALCOTT. I go to the corner in the back where you'd always be, and there you are, sitting as usual with your golden notebook, writing something about someone who used to be me. But now it's somebody else, and I wish it was me. I wish I was tormenting you still. It's the last thing you wanted. It's the first thing I'd do. I tell you that I think I'm falling back in love with you. The last thing you wanted is the first thing I do. I tell you my problem. You tell me the truth. It's like the last thing this person wants to hear right now is that they're the object of somebody else's obsession again. And maybe they aren't in love back. Maybe they're over the relationship. It's like, dude, really? You got to be in love with me? It's like, I got a schedule. I got a budget here. I can't be dealing with the fact that you're in love with me, okay? So you got to I don't have time to be in love with. What a painful kind of feeling to relate. Is that I need to tell you I love you even though I know it's the last thing you want to hear. Oh God, that's like, I had such a crush when I was in high school. I had such a crush on this girl, and she totally knew. I was like in 9th grade. She was a senior. Her name was Maya. She is wonderful, beautiful, Indian American woman. Wore beautiful, like, long Indian saris to school and everything, and dated older, cooler dudes. And we were both on the school paper. That was our our thing. And dude, I made that girl laugh, man. That was like making that and this out there, if you're a flirter, flirtatious like me, making somebody laugh that you like, it's the most exhilarating feeling in the world, just to hear that cheerful chuckle, right? And oh man, with Maya, I remember just being like, oh gosh, I really do think you're pretty great, and just seeing her just going like, no, don't ask me out. And she was very nice. We were friends, and she let me down very nicely. But I do remember like that feeling of just like, I want so much for you to feel the same way about me as I feel about you. And all you're seeing in their eyes is like, don't say it, don't tell me, don't do it, don't. Like, if you ever see those incredibly cringy videos of like somebody proposing, and she's like, don't do it. No, I know what don't get down on the knee. I can't. No. Like, it's so, oh.
there silently waiting for you to look up. I see you smile when you see it's me. I had to do something to break into your golden thinking. How many times will I do this and you'll still believe? It's the last thing you want.
Tell me which side are you on?
It's the first thing you do.
Give me some tips to forget you.
You tell me your problem,
Come on, your problem.
and I tell you the truth.
Could it be easy this one?
It's the last thing you wanted.
It's mine is a land.
It's the first thing I do.
Did my love aid and abet you?
I tell you that I think I'm falling back in love with you.
I feel this really kind of solemn, guilty feeling from this song. Like just feeling like falling in love with somebody is a weakness, or it's something that it's a failing. It's like, ah, shoot, I fell in love with this person. I sit there silently waiting for you to look up. I see you smile. When you see it's me, I had to do something to break into your golden thinking. How many times will I do this and you'll still believe me? It's the last thing you wanted. Then we hear the response. Tell me, which side are you on, dear? It's the first thing you do. Give me some tips to forget you. To tell me which side you're on is almost like this song is coming at you from both sides. That's such an interesting question, because if you're arguing with somebody, which side are you on is like, we're arguing on my side, but I'm also on your side because I love you and we're in a relationship, but I'm on my side. What do you mean, what side am I on? You know, it's a confusing question. It's almost as if they're asking the listener, what side are you on, in a certain extent? You tell me your problems. Have I become one of your problems? I tell you the truth. Could it be easy this once? It's the last thing you wanted. Everything that's mine is a landmine. It's the first thing I do. Did my love aid and abet you? I tell you that I'm thinking I'm back in love with you. This kind of makes me think a little bit about the relationship issues we're talking about now. Like, she wants something maybe just a little bit more fun and easy. Could it be easy this once? It's the first thing that I would do. It's the last thing you want me to do. I always ruin things. I'm always bad. I'm always destroying things. We even have this refrain here, and I'll ruin it all over. I'll ruin it. I'm a ruiner, right? So,
And I'll ruin it all over. I'll ruin it for you. I'll ruin it all over and over like I always do.
Why don't
I'll
you
ruin it all over.
rain on my
I'll ruin it for you.
parade? Shred my evening
I'll
gown.
ruin it all over
Read my sentence out
and
loud.
over like I always
'Cause I
do.
love this curse on our
It's the
house.
last thing I wanted.
Tell me which side are you on?
It's the first thing I do.
Give me some tips to forget you.
I tell you my problems,
Come on, your problem.
and you tell me the truth.
Could it be easy this once?
It's the last thing I wanted.
It's mine is a land.
It's the first thing I do.
Did my love and abet you?
I tell you that I think I'm falling back in love,
Back in love.
back in love with you.
Back in love with you.
okay, I really like the ending of this song. It's like a guy treating himself much worse than he needs to, almost as like a penance to kind of speak to this woman, and it's the exact thing that she doesn't want him to do. Fascinating. Yeah, it's like the first thing you do is self-criticize, self-blame, put yourself down. That's the last thing I want you to do. It's almost like a child's kind of repetitive thinking, you know, it's like, I'll ruin it, I'm a ruiner. It's self-immolation. And I think a lot of people will learn this habit. They'll be like, oh, what I'll do is I'll just blame myself for everything, and then I'll offer that to other people, and that will ingratiate me to them, and they'll like me better. But what it ends up doing is just being really difficult to watch somebody kind of, especially if you're in love with somebody and they treat themselves badly. You're watching them treat somebody you love badly. When other people see you do it, they do love you. They actually do love you. They don't secretly despise you like the horrible voice inside the head does. So when you insult yourself, when you put yourself down, you say, I'm a ruiner, I'm a ruiner, I'm a ruiner, that's really hard to watch. And you don't want to watch that just objectively as the person who loves that person. Why don't you rain on my parade? She's saying, rain on my parade. I'll ruin it for you. Shred my evening gown. I'll ruin it all over. Read my sentence out loud and over like I always do, because I love this curse on our house. This is what's so kind of ponderous about this, is she wants it. Do it. Like, say the thing you're upset about. Say the thing you're mad about. Don't just blame yourself. There's a condescension, it seems like, almost, in somebody who always wants to blame themselves. Is, how could anybody else be at fault for something when I'm so important and I did it all? And she's kind of saying, like, no, you're not the only cause here. Like, grow a pair of balls. Grow some balls. Sorry. Blame me. Rain on my parade. Do the thing you think you're doing. She's just trying to, like, enter his reflexive thoughts to himself, where he's having this conversation over and over and over again. Try to get some thoughts in there of her own to, like, be involved in his thinking. Like, you know, I've just got to have these obsessive compulsive thoughts over and over and over again until I think them just the right way, and then I'll be happy and we can go back to being in a relationship. Like, it's as if she's saying, like, no, I want to be a part of your neuroses. I want to be a part of it. I can handle things. I can handle some bad. I can handle some intensity. I can handle some drama. I can handle some emotion. I can understand people being defensive about their neuroses, defensive about their weirdnesses, and being like, oh, you know what? I'm just so weird. Don't even worry about it. I'm just being weird. And it seems like they're saying, yes, I need to know about this weirdness. I'm here for it. I can handle it. We can talk about it. Like, I'm willing to hear you out. I don't know. That's what this song brings up for me. That's what a lot of this song tells me. I really find it a fascinating song. Okay, so here we go. So we're at the lyrics thing, and here we have some notes, which is helpful. Matt Berninger told Apple Music about working with Swift. She heard that one and was able to instantly get into the mindset of the person I was talking about. So she wrote all her stuff as a response to me, and very much from the perspective of my wife, who I was writing about. So when Karen heard that one, and heard Taylor Swift embodying her character in a song, writing responses to me, that was really fun for everybody. Fun is an interesting word. It very much is a perspective of one person sort of coming to try to reconnect with the other person in a hotel bar. He also added about Taylor Swift's contribution, I met Taylor a long time ago. We knew Taylor was a fan, and eventually we got to know her a little better. Her work with Aaron Dessner, who's also on this and was doing the piano, was so brilliant. And she was really interested in the writing process and how Karen and I collaborate. The song was published on the 28th of April, 2023. So this song really does have that feeling of they're singing together. But now we know it's actually they're singing to each other. It's I'm singing and she's responding. I'm singing to my wife and Taylor Swift is responding kind of on behalf of Karen, his wife. And you can hear this woman just trying to, like, chisel into this dude's craziness and kind of ingratiate herself into this relationship again. Really like it. I think it's such a fun is not the word, but it is a cool idea because there's so many kind of layers of perspective that are kind of staring at each other here. I really appreciated this. Check out the Patreon. I did a full version of Use Me by Bill Withers. Check that out. And also some, I go a little bit more into detail about my opinions on things. Thank you guys for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing if you like and subscribe to what I do. And until next time, keep playing.